what's going on under your hands. And you place your hands more at the side of your ribs, right? Rather than here, side of the ribs. And I want you to breathe in. And as you breathe in, we can all feel our ribs expand, can't we? And as we breathe out, so everything closes down. Right, so again, feeling it under those hands, your ribs, so you push into your hands, and feeling them move away, breath moves away and the hands come down again. Yeah? And again, so breathing in, and then breathing out. And breath and alignment have a huge role in pelvic floor health. So we really need to be thinking about filling the lungs, taking the air into the body, deep breath rather than shallow breathing, chest breathing here. So it's more about an expansion. Okay. The next thing I'd like us to think about is the diaphragm, and this has another huge role in pelvic floor health. So as we breathe in, so the abdominals and the transverse abdominis relaxes, and then as we breathe out, so the diaphragm lifts, and so it lifts with it the pelvic floor muscles and the transverse abdominis. So the breath is key, right? So breathing in, relaxing through, ribs expand, breathing out, diaphragm lifts, pulling up the muscles. All right, so concentrate, breathing in, and then breathing out. So just place your hands at the side of you, racing the abdominals through. I want you to tilt the chin towards the chest. And chin tilt down, and then push up and back. Allowing the jaw to open. And again, so come down. And keeping your head down, just to be over the right hand, and then looking over your right shoulder, and then over your left shoulder. Taking your pelvis into that optimum position. Lift the shoulders up towards the ears and lower them down. Now breathing in and breathing out. Remembering the breath in and release the shoulders down. Yeah, so think of that space from your ears to your shoulders. Up and through. Last time. Up and through. Sweep the arms just to shoulder height. Inhale and exhale. And again. Lift up and so as you're lifting the arms, you're breathing in and out. I don't want you just to lift the arms and not think about anything else. I want you to think about lifting up the pelvic floor muscles as you lift the arms. Exhale, raise the abdominals. So take the arms up, think about lifting them up onto a shelf. Exhale, everything tightens through, relax those shoulders. And again, one. Okay, let's roll it down to flexion and extension. We're going to come into a little flexion of the spine first, and then away. And again, so come up into a little flexion, then to extension. So into that extension position, place your right hand to the side of your head, and then drop the shoulder, and then lift up. Now, you may not be able to come up so far on one side, but keeping the movement quite shallow, if you're not able to open. Okay, one more time. We're going to come across, and then up. And let's be free on the other side. So come down, take it across, and then lift. Let me stretch to the front of the shoulder into the anterior deltoid, creating space. One more time. Going back into an extension, flexion. Come back into an extension, and then from there, just wag your tail side to side. So 2 more. 1, and 2. Okay, let's come back up to the top. Roll it up. All the way to the top. Take your shoulders back and down. Let's take our mini ball, alright? So take your mini into your left hand. Right. We're going to do a few bit of reciprocal movements. So we're going to just slightly open the pelvis and close. Nothing too big at this stage, because we're still in mobility stage. That's what I'm doing. Just moving my arms forward and my leg at the same time, yeah? So I notice now I'm taking the leg forward and back, yeah? So the arm comes forward, the arm goes back, so does the leg. Yeah, last one, and then change sides, other side. So one, and yeah, so you can trace the floor. That's it. One. Okay, last one. Take the ball back into the left hand, hold the ball, and then take it away. Push away. That's it. So a little abduction. You don't have to come up any higher than shoulder height. Change sides. Good. The little open of the pelvis, firing up those pelvic floor muscles. Okay. Swap hands and then hip extension. Push and in. I'm just slightly leaning into it. Yeah. Lean in. Last one. Okay, bring the ball in towards the chest. Then swap hands. 4 on the other side. 1. That's it. And again, squeeze the muscles in the bottom. We're going to work all the muscles that feed into the pelvis, yeah? So one, at the moment, being the glutes. Taking your ball up towards your sternum, and then you're just going to rotate. So no flying arms around. Keeping everything nice and still as you rotate through those ribs. Round we go. And then okay. Taking the ball down and place it between your thighs. So I want you to squeeze the ball. Okay, so squeezing the ball. You squeeze the ball, your inner thighs are engaged. Yes, you're going to feel that, and also pelvic floor muscles. We're going to come down into a little squat. Now as you lift up, you're going to squeeze those muscles into the bottom. Okay, so down we go. Inhale, exhale, and squeeze back up. That's it. So the stronger the inner thigh muscles, stronger pelvic floor muscles. So we come down and lift. Okay, and again. Down. We concentrate on pulling in there, those muscles in the bottom, not relaxing them. Coming down and lift up. We've got one more. Down and out. Okay, raise the arms. Breathe in. Bring the arms down. Give me a squat. Okay, now not just about raising the arms. If you can take them higher, then do so. It's about lifting the pelvic floor muscles. Think about it, it's just not a shoulder press. It's a lift of the arms. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the ball, lift the arms. Okay, with your breath, think about the diaphragm. Inhale, squeeze the ball, exhale. Lift up, lift those pelvic floor muscles and lower. Brilliant. Take the ball, stick it into your left hand. We're going to do it in a sequence of the legs. We've done it before. So we're going to do a 1, then to the side, 2, take it back, 3, ball to sternum, rotate. That's it, and the other side. And one more. We'll go around to the right. Then we're going to get ready to take the ball into our right hand, and then we're going to do a leg front, and then leg side, and then behind, and then into sternum. We're going to go round to the left, and we're going to go round to the right. And then we're going to place the ball between the thighs, and just stand it back up. Squeeze the ball tight, and into a little squat. Not just squat. Squeeze muscles in the bottom. Lift the pelvic floor muscles as you raise the arms, and then come down. And again, so the more fired up the inner thigh muscles, they overlap. Imagine they crisscross the pelvic floor muscles and inner thigh. So they're working in harmony with one another. So down we go, and then lift up. Okay, brilliant. Take the ball, just take it away for a moment, and then take your legs out nice and wide. So we've fired up pelvic floor. Now we're going to go into a little stretch in the inner thigh, and we're going to go back to the top and then over to the other side. And notice both feet are down on the ground, rounded into the floor. So over we go. Okay. You may feel you want to hold a little bit longer each side. So stretch into the inner thigh, opening the pelvis, and also strengthening the lower back. So a lot going on in a wide lunge. Okay, lift up one more time. Take the shoulders back and down. Okay, now we're going to bring the feet in to Mary Poppins. I'm going to take my ball, alright, so feet are narrow. So inner thigh, we're going to work again. So I'm going to take the ball in my hands. Mary Poppins feet. Okay, squeeze the inner thighs and then open through to butterfly, coming down and then squeeze the inner thighs back together. Yeah. Away. Yeah, two more. We're in Mary Poppins. We're going to go into then a little plie where pelvic floor under more stress. So keep the toes facing out. So it's like a wide Mary Poppins. We're going to bring the ball down towards the floor, opening out. Really feel the pelvis now. Really feel the inner thigh work, and then lift up to the top. You don't have to lift the ball if you don't want to. Shoulders are not feeling good. You can just bring the ball to here. Yeah? You don't have to go to the top. Let's go down to 3. 1, 2, 3. Stay here or lift. Yeah, and again. 1, 2. On that third one, even further open, isn't it? And lift. 2 more. Down. 1, lower. 2, 3, and lift. Last one. Remember, you don't have to take the ball up. You can just take it just to sort of like around your sternum and hold. From here, let's just go over to your right side and then over to your left side. And again, press over. Last one. Press over. Lift it up to the top, pull the sternum, little rotation, and a little rotation. Centre and lower. Lovely. Ladies, put your ball just to one side. Open out your mats if you haven't done so already. And we're going to come down onto the floor. So our first exercise will be Superman. Look, great. It's great for lower back health, great for pelvic floor health as well. So bring your band with you as well, right? So your ball and your band. So don't worry if you haven't got your ball, don't worry if you've got your band. It's just something just to keep things a little bit more interesting. Okay, here we go. So, shoulders back and down. I'm just moving the camera. Alright, so I'll meet you down at the bottom. So let's go for a little calf stretch first. So we're going to drop the head, neck and shoulders. We're going to roll it down. And we're going to walk the hands just away from you slightly. And then you're going to hold in that position. Just a little stretch here into the calf. Okay, down onto the knees. Alright, so the knees in line with the hips, and then hands in line with the shoulders. Now, if you've got a nice cushioned carpet, it's nice and clean. If you're on a hard floor, you haven't got
cushioning, much nicer than a yoga rock, all right, or a cushion, up to you. Okay, so we're going to go straight into Superman. We've done Superman, we're not beginners, we've done Superman lots of times. So we're going to raise up one arm, thumb up to the ceiling, and I'm leading with my heel. Notice, lift and lead with the heel, and again. So, this exercise is brilliant for everybody, but even for those of you who have a pelvic floor dysfunction. Yes, this brilliant. So lower back health, deep core work. Okay, now for those who have no pelvic floor dysfunction, and you're fully, as much as we are able, we don't have a real problem down into pelvic floor, I'm going to go out a little bit further. So I'm going to go up to Superman, we're going to open, we're going to come in and lower, yeah? So I'm just opening out the pelvis, notice, a little bit more, in and lower. So, thumb up, open, in and down, and again. So, if you're feeling fine with this, we're going to go straight to diagonal and down, straight to diagonal. So you're hitting glute med, yeah, glute medius. So when you lift, here you're feeling it. On the outside, yeah, into there, it hits it. Lead with the heel, and again. So push away, and down, and again. Push, and lower. 2 more. You don't have to do it with this diagonal. You can do it just in straight and forward and back. Okay. Extended child's pose. Open your knees and sit back onto your heels. Stretch up through those shoulders. And relax into that mat. Get up, let's make love tonight. Wake up, cause you do it right. Thank you. We're in seated position. We've got some seated exercises with you, and then we can go onto the floor. And once you're in seated, this is a great way then to put your band on. Right? And if you've got a long band, you can just tie it up or a belt and something to have that restriction around your thighs. Okay. So we said about working the pelvic floor muscles, but also all the muscles that feed into the pelvic. Okay. So we're going to do some half roll backs to begin with. Right. So from here, sit up nice and tall, and then roll it back. So I'm pushing against the band. So the band I'm pushing against, and my thighs are pushing against the band's pushing into my thighs, yeah? So we're going to go back into a little half roll back, and then lift up. Okay. Notice as I'm lifting up, as I come up, I'm going back into that posture, into that lovely posture alignment. That's it. Coming back, and then lifting up through. And again, back. Make it a little bit harder on pelvic floor. All you need to do as you go back is just lift one leg and place it down. There is no rush at all. Back we go. And lift. We do one more each side. There we go. So we're working the outer thighs, the transverse abdominis, spine as we flex and extend. Okay. Alright, so from here, we're going to come back into a little tabletop position. Keeping the band on. That's not enough room. Okay, so we're going to come back and we're going to go into a tabletop position. Okay, so So again, just pushing against the band. I'm going to open my arms or have them at the side of you. Okay. And I'm just going to first of all just tap down. Yeah, so I've got the resistance through the front of my thigh as I tap down. Okay, and the other side. Okay, now fire up the pelvic floor muscles even more, and also the muscles that feed into it. I'm just going to tap my right side of my foot down on the ground and then up. There's a little curtsy. So we're working the outer thighs into the abductors. We're working the core muscles. Transverse abdominis is under strain the whole time. Your inner thigh is under strain. And your quads and your hamstrings are also working as well. So by opening the knee, every time you open the knee, you open the pelvis, and we fire up those pelvic floor muscles even more. Yeah, so it's quite a hard exercise. That is why I wanted a band on. But so you don't have to, even just by opening your knee with no band, that can be enough. Yeah, there we go. All right. So let's take the right foot down and then the left foot down, and then just allow the knees to roll over to one side before we go into our bridge. It's a nice stretch, isn't it? You've got band around you. And one more time. And one more. So you almost pass back into neutral, and then you roll over to this. Okay. So set yourself in the position that you want to be in. So your feet can be wide, they can be narrow, they can be further away from you, or close. Don't come in too close, please, not there, ladies, because you'll really hurt your knees when you're coming up. So just play around with it, yeah? Just play around until you find somewhere that's fine. You're going to tilt the pelvis, fire up, and then lift up to the ceiling. So I'm pressing against my band. I've got enough resistance there. From there, I'm just going to lower down slightly, 50%, and then I'm going to come back up. So squeeze up, firing up the muscles in the bottom. And again, so 2 more. Up we go. Squeeze. And then lower. Okay, 1 more. Take it up and hold. You're going to extend your right leg. You're going to open, close, and down. Okay, so what's happening now? We're opening the pelvis under strain from the band. We're working the abductors. You're working all of your glute now on your supported leg than what you are in your leg that you're laterally extending. So there's your leg extension. Out to the side, in and close. And again, so it's a 1, it's a 2, it's a 3, and 4. Last one. Extend, open, in and down. Okay, so come down a little bit. Just lower the hips down. Lift up, squeeze the muscles in the bottom, open the band, press into the band, close and lower. Yeah. And again, so you lift up, open your band, close your band and lower. 2 more. 1, squeeze open, in and down. Last one. Up, open out as far as you can, and then in, and then vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring that all the way down. So you're just going to bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a bit of a relax. And then we're going to go through some stretches. Okay, Okay, so just slide the band off you, just place it around 1 foot, okay, around 1 foot there. And you're going to bring the knee into the chest, so you're going to go into a little flexion of the knee, and then an extension. Keep the breath. It's about using the breath laterally, diaphragmatic breathing. Okay, so use your breath. So inhale, breathe the knee, breathe in, bring the knee into chest, and then exhale. Okay, one more time. Bringing it in, and then okay. We're going to open the pelvis. So we're going to open this leg out to the side, and then we're going to stretch that hip flexor of the left leg. Okay, I'm just going to hold that there. And if this is too uncomfortable, bring that leg back in. Okay, hold it there. Just breathe deeply into the stretch. So you can't strengthen tight muscle, okay? In all of our body we can't. So we've got to make sure our muscles are healthy, long and relaxed. Okay, up and over, change hands, and then take that leg over the other side. So now we're stretching out the piriformis. And if the piriformis is tight, this will have a fundamental effect on our pelvic floor health. And then lift up to the top. And then you can bring that knee back in if you want to. And then just bring that leg a bit further in to stretch up that hamstring. Take both feet into the band, okay, both feet into the band, holding on, inhale, exhale, and then just rolling up. So that band helps you to come back into that position. Making the band the way, don't lean around the other foot, just going to come back to that in a moment. You sit up tall, and then a little half roll back. I'm going to change the sequence slightly. So they'll come in, now bring your arms in, so your elbows are wide, and then lift up. And again, we're coming back, and lift to the top. 2 more, back we go, and lift. Now we're going to go back, we're going to hold. Go back, now hold. We're going to work through the obliques, again, another muscle group, feeding into that pelvis, so we can work off side to side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go up to the top and breathe. One more time, just normal half a roll back. So inhale and exhale. Do 1 more. So inhale, come back. And stretch out the other side. Stretch out. Okay. So, coming back, band away. Keep that leg nice and straight. So get the straight leg first. Then you can flex at the knee. And then you can extend. So it's really just to kind of get our minds into straightening the leg. Because a lot of people, when they do their hamstring stretch, they're in this position, yeah? So it's flexion, extension. It's kind of making you think about bringing that leg nice and straight. When you've got it straight, extend the other leg. You've got your hip flexor stretch there. Open your leg well. Inner thigh stretch. Remember we talked about they wrap over one another. Pelvic floor muscles and inner thigh working in harmony. So if one is tight, it's going to put more strain on the other. Now lift it up, swap hands, piriformis, and take it over. Take that to the top. And then just one last hamstring stretch. Bring it in a little bit closer. A little bit closer. And then release that band away. And then take in your mini ball. Okay, take your mini ball. Now this isn't for pelvic floor health. This is purely postural, all right? So it's just more comfortable. I prefer it as working with the ball when I'm doing tabletop work because of my personal posture, but it's totally up to you. So taking your legs just into that position of tabletop. I'd like you to extend your right leg, flex into the foot, and then bring it back. Yeah, the other side. Now you could use your band if you want to do, or you've done quite a lot with band. It is up to you. You want to work harder, you can place the band around it. Okay. Let's do one more this side. Then we're going to do a little bit of lateral work. So we're going to get open the pelvis again. So down, open, in, replace. Other side. Down, open, in, replace. Two more. So push away, open, in, and replace. Last one. Go down, extend, open, in, and replace. And then from there, we're going to open just your right knee. So you've got an opening, a mobility going on your right, and stability going on your left. Other side. Open into mobility, keeping that right leg still for stability, and close. And again, so open and close. Last one, and then we're going to do our little curtsy. Right, remember where you take the side of your foot down and touch the floor, and then lift up. Down and across. So a lot of work through those deeper core muscles. Not so much upper body today, more relaxing to the shoulders. But going right into pelvic floor health. And said it's great for every one of us, whether we have dysfunction or not. And through. And again, and through. Just bring those knees into your chest. Just make some circles. One more. Putting your feet down onto the mat. Lift away from your ball and take your little mini ball and place it between the knees. Squeeze the ball and then lift back up into a bridge. Again, your inner thighs, just like when we were squatting, are under more strain. You're going to lower down and then you're going to lift up. Now every time you lift up, like squatting, think of it like a squat. Lift, squeeze those muscles in the bottom, anchor those heels down to the ground. And again, lift and lower. And then squeeze up. One. And then every time, don't let go of the ball. Keep that contraction the whole time. Okay. Take the ball away. Place the ball into your right hand and go into a butterfly stretch. Okay, so again, pelvis open. Taking your left hand and placing it just under your head. And then lift up. A little push up, crunch, and then back down. So inhale, exhale, coming up. And again, one more. And then swap hands. The other side. You come up. So one. And every time you come up back a little bit further, but not pulling at your head. One more time. Take the ball away. Head, neck and shoulders relax into the mat. And place your hands at the side of your ribs. You can go back to your breath. Breathing into through the nose and out through the mouth. Connected with your body, ladies. You should feel your ribs and floor. Being aware of what's going on under your hand. Taking a lead into your chest and rolling into and seated position. So I know this is a bit old school, but we're going to go through it just to finish the class. What I would like you to do, get them sit with you. Shoulders of your feet together, butterfly stretch, or cross leg, I don't mind. I want you to think about lifting up the pelvic floor muscles before you release them. Okay, so this is a conscious exercise, right? I want to train us that we actually do our pelvic floor exercises without even thinking about it. They're just all happening naturally. So now I want you to think about back passage, not front. So we're going to pull up through those pelvic floor muscles from back passage, pull up, and then release. And again, back passage focus. Squeeze it up. Lift the pelvic floor muscles. Get up onto the shelf. Do that. Just keep doing that a few times, ladies. Just like a contraction and hold for a couple of seconds. So I'm trying to make this more about being holistic and whole than relying on us doing exercises, thinking about it all the time. We need to do everything we can. Stretching our pelvic floor. So we looked at breath, we talked about diaphragm, alignment. Hydration has very key points in pelvic floor health, so keeping hydrated. And also your nutrition. So you're not taking in a lot of heavily processed inflammatory foods. That won't have any benefit. Okay. Ladies, I hope that helped. Bring yourself around on the fours. Alright, so little extension first with the spine. Let it go. And then lift it up. And then lift it away. Alright, so we'll stretch you. You've got your cushion or your yoga ball. You can even use your yoga block. You can even use your ball actually. So we're going to come down onto our front. Okay, so from here, I'm going to bring my leg around onto the block. Right, I'm just going to relax it. Now I can stay here in what we call a sphinx position. I want to relax my shoulders even more. I'm just going to put my head, neck and shoulders down. Allowing this area, now I want you to really breathe into it, allowing the muscles to relax, all the good work that we've done. And just breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Your leg away, pushing up into an extended child's pose. Take your yoga block, your cushion or your ball and place it the other side. And then coming forward, slide forward. Taking the other leg up onto your block, onto your cushion or your ball. And then just place your head down onto the back of your hand. It's like a little pillow. Release that leg away from you, pushing your ball or your yoga block. And do your last one. Relax and restore. Maybe just pop your toes, curl them up and underneath you. Push yourself back into your calf stretch. And then walk away. When you're ready, rolling up from the ground and taking your shoulders back and down. Still cold, still can't take my shoulders off. Okay, so reset, shoulders back and down. Take your arms up. If you can't get them to the top, just leave them there. Close them. Bring them back to heart center as we bring ourselves back into our perfect Pilates alignment. Take your hands away. Breathe in. Prayer hands to prayer position. Remember, you don't have to come all the way to the top. And as you bring your hands down, I want you to think about stretching your shoulders away from your ears and growing that little bit taller. And then again, one more. Bring it up, hands together, breathe in, breathe out. As we release any last bit of tension from our bodies and our minds.